Welcome to Good News York. I'm your host, Matt Major, joined by my... I don't even have a good lookalike name today.
I know. It was Vanilla Ice and then
Mikey B.
Mark McGrath.
It's really... we should stick with Mark. We should just call you Mark
Did someone
McGrath.
tell me I looked like...
You know, what if we just went on and talked about how you're Mark McGrath and Mark McGrath is the co-host of my show, and we went on and on about that, and we put out like hundreds of videos where we call you Mark McGrath.
Okay.
Do you think the actual Mark McGrath would respond?
I think if it caught, if it got enough legs, I think...
Or would you just morph into him?
Well, I think I would become him.
And one day I'd show up and you're just singing Fly?
I just want to fly. That was the first song I ever learned, and I played at the coffee bar in Herkimer, New York over and over. I was the Fly guy. So it's kind of funny that you brought that back. I mean, look, I think we live in a society now where I think you could probably make people... I think they would believe I am Mark McGrath.
It's true.
There's a sector of people that would do that. But I'm not. I'm Mike Brindisi.
Considerable number of children don't even know who Mark McGrath is. So.
I know. This is Good News York, brought to you by Ads on the Go. GetAdsOnTheGo.com. Our friend Zach. We have an official sponsor of the show.
It's true.
So if you're driving around Syracuse and you see this big box truck that's made of LED lights, you may see some advertisements for our clients here at Growth Mode Content and their podcasts, and you might see our ugly mugs for Good News York. And
Are we putting our face on? I don't know.
I don't know if we're doing.
We haven't discussed that.
I feel like that would cause accidents.
Yeah, we don't want to
We don't want that. Yeah, no. I drove into a mailbox when I. Yeah. So, but it's exciting.
Our boys
to
get pulled over. Like, what the fuck is on the side of that truck?
I gotta tell you,
that's actually the lead singer of Sugar Ray, sir.
Dude, last week I slept in your office after the Dave concert.
I thought we weren't going to tell people about that.
No, but what's funny is I was still late for work. Like, I woke up and I was getting ready, and I'm like, holy shit, like, we're going to start shooting in a half hour. I'm not even ready yet. Also, Amanda and I, our assistant, Amanda, who we love, realized today that whenever you're not here, and Danny does it too, whenever you're not here first thing in the morning, we all immediately catastrophize. Like, we're like, where's Matt? She's like, oh, I haven't heard from him yet. Immediately, I'm like, oh my God, he's face down in his cereal. He had a heart attack. Who's going to call Kristen? Like, it's just like, I don't know why I immediately go to you.
Last time I had a heart attack, I made it to work.
Maybe that's part of it.
I just want to put that out.
Because you have had a heart attack. He has had a heart attack. That's
a true didn't really slow me down.
No, certainly didn't. But
I was updating a client's website code from the hospital bed actually that day.
Dude, you're such a badass. I think it makes it sexier.
Really? I mean, what the fuck else am I going to do?
Makes it sexier that you had a heart attack and survived, and we're still doing work during it. Like, you have a scar.
I don't really wear that as a badge of honor. That sounds like I'm one of those work-loving boomers.
No, you're not that.
I was half dead and still put in a 17-hour shift.
I pulled myself up by the bootstraps.
$3 an hour.
If you don't work,
I was happy about it.
If you don't work 40 hours a week, you're a bum.
40? What are you, a lazy slacker?
I work 60.
Uphill both
I have no
ways.
time for my kids, and when I see them, I smack them around.
Health insurance.
You know what I want to talk about? Listen, we
got a fucking Band-Aid.
It couldn't be possibly my fault for my shitty life situation. It's everyone else's. Anyway, we're not supposed to talk about that stuff because it's Good News York, and yesterday was Tuesday, which is usually Tuesday News Day.
It is.
But we've had a busy...
We've
had a busy couple weeks. A lot of guests coming in. We have a lot more coming in. So we're going to do, we actually had a guest not able to make it today, and we thought, why not, since we missed Tuesday News Day, we'll do a Wednesday News Day.
Can I mention something? Can I build a little deep tease here for
the boss.
This is really going to excite the listener. This is episode 49.
Wait, what? Are you being serious?
That means tomorrow, provided that I show up to work and don't end up face down in my cereal like you mentioned, this will be episode 50 of Good News York.
Matt, that's amazing, actually. I didn't know that.
It is.
I genuinely am caught off. I knew we were getting close. Danny had mentioned it the other day.
Yeah.
So do we need to do something?
I don't know. Probably.
I mean, we have a guest tomorrow, right? I think we have a guest.
Yeah.
We'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, I mean, remember that stat? What was that stat you laid out that most podcasts...
It was like 97 or some % do not make it to episode 20. Out of the ones that do, still another 97% or so don't make it to episode 100.
So what he's saying
We're halfway there.
60% of the time, it works every time.
We're halfway there.
Here's a little news.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I thought you were done.
It just dawned on me, and we didn't talk about this, but fuck it, I'm going to break this news right now.
Okay.
Because as we're talking about everything we're doing here in our 50th episode of Good News York, this is part of a strategy that is part of growth mode content. The point of growth mode content is to help great local businesses and brands get their name out there, to capitalize on this social media world. There's great TV advertising, radio advertising, great billboard folks. We're not doing any of that. We're trying to do the thing that nobody else is doing, which is this social media spot, and we're trying to focus on that. And 49 episodes in, the month of May just ended. We started doing our numbers, and I'm very excited to say that we had over 500,000 views in the content that we put out in the month of May.
Oh, shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is not an act. I'm just finding this out, too.
I mean, I did tell you this. This shouldn't actually be news to you, but
When did
to
you
everybody
tell me?
watching, this should be news.
ADHD.
This is an incredible thing, and what it shows is A, that our model is working, but B, the kind of most basic concept that ain't our model. It's something that everybody in the content business will tell you, is that consistency is the key. We are not necessarily the best and most interesting podcast in the world yet. And everything is getting better along those lines.
As soon as I get
But the
fired.
reason we're putting up these massive numbers already, only a couple months in, is really because of that consistency.
No, you're right. You have said that. You've preached that from the beginning, and it just keeps showing itself.
Yeah.
With our clients, and obviously now with Good News York, over 500,000 views. I mean, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
One of my
In 1 month.
In 1 month. And one of my favorite quotes was from Jerry Seinfeld, and ironically, I'm probably not quoting it correctly, but basically the gist was,
Who are these people?
why are we getting 500,000 views on oil changes? No, he said, he's like, I wasn't always the funniest comedian, which I could have told him that. But he said, I stuck around consistently while all the other comics I was coming up with were giving up or dropping like flies. I just stuck with it consistently.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying Jerry Seinfeld's not funny. I mean, he's one of the most successful entertainers in the
Jerry
world.
Seinfeld's like a virus. I get it.
Sure. And what is a virus? But I mean, and it's kind of the same deal. It's consistency is key, and we have been consistent. And we can, listen, and every time we think that we figured out the algorithms, we just can't. Because what's our most famous video to date?
Still our oil change video.
Our oil fucking change video. It was a question I just came up with on the spot when we had Dan Garcia.
Yep.
From
The Garage at 3100.
I don't remember anything. The Garage at 3100. He was on here, and I just on a whim thought of the question. Is it true? Like you hear about 3,000 miles for an oil change, but then I've heard 5,000. Can you dispel that rumor? Next thing we know, you're emailing us, dude, this thing's got 10,000 views, 20,000, 30, all the way up to 130,000 views. Everybody's arguing, well, if it's a Chevy, of course it needs an oil. People are fighting, which is what you want. You don't want people fighting, but you know what I'm saying, interacting. And it just goes to show you, like, how we didn't plan. That wasn't even supposed to be a thing. And that's what blew up.
It is really the whole purpose of what we're doing here.
Well, yes, but I'm saying, like, but
You really shouldn't act surprised when what we're doing works
I
well.
know, but what I'm saying is, like, for it to be
We're going to cut that.
the oil. No, I mean, like, for that to be the oil change to be the thing that, it just shows you it's something that everybody has to deal with. That drives a vehicle. It's something that everybody apparently has a fucking opinion on.
Yeah,
and it's something that has a lot of possibilities, I guess, of ways you can go. So we're doing our thing.
Pretty exciting.
That is exciting.
Short time in, we're putting up some great numbers. And listen, you might go, oh yeah, well my favorite YouTuber gets 1 million views a video.
Yeah, well,
And you're right. And what you should do is probably scroll back and see how many videos they have, because chances are it's in the thousands. And chances are if you scrolled back to their first 49, none of them videos have millions.
You know what?
It's this steady, continual growth. And this is the thing that, again, we've just tried to drill into people's minds, but in almost everything you do in business, I'm a very hyper. I got great ideas, and I can see the goal, and I want to see that tomorrow. Right? Nothing ever happens
Small
as quickly
steps.
as you want it to. This is something that requires building and momentum. But the cool part about that is, once you get that, it's way easier to keep the ball rolling. And like you talked about, we've had this one video go super viral. We've had a number of others that have done incredibly impressive numbers as well. And those all drive each other. And that's the part that is really cool is it's not, can I get 1 million views on one video, but can we start to consistently get our message out? And of course, we're seeing it in the real reactions, right?
Yeah.
We're getting people that come on the show, people that we see out and around town
Freaks me out.
commenting about
In a good way.
stuff. The wildest part is when they comment about something they heard on the show without any context.
Yeah.
They don't start with, "Hey, I was listening to your show." They go, "Oh, I heard you don't like doing your lawn or some shit." And we're like,
I'm like, how'd you know that about me? Oh, right. I talked about it.
"Oh, I'm put this shit out in the public."
Right. You just, well, it's because we live in a world right now, this bubble, that there's not immediate, it's not live,
Yeah.
right? So we don't know. You know, when you're performing on stage, you get immediate feedback. For me, people
Right.
fall asleep, they throw shit at me. You know, I know they don't like me, but now I have to wait till people come in to tell me they don't like
Right.
me. And that's the beauty of podcasting. And
I
here's,
guess if we did really bad, people might like egg the studio.
that'd be cool.
We've never had
Just
that.
throw tomatoes at the
I mean, we
outside.
probably shouldn't encourage that, but
No, please don't.
my landlord's going, "What the
What's going on with these tomatoes? Waka waka. I
Feed the
think
snake.
I think the big thing though, you know how you're talking about people like, well, my favorite YouTube subscriber gets 1 million views.
Yeah.
You know, I think what that stems from is kind of like our generation's version of like when I was up and coming or coming up and doing music or comedy, it was always we gotta get that one hit, you know, if you just get that one hit, you know, and that happens overnight. And we have this thing, you know, and there's been cases where people have blown up overnight and songs have gotten popular overnight. But my dad always said, like, the faster you climb the ladder is as fast as you can fall.
Sure.
So it's almost better to have a slow rise. And
That's it.
because I mean, I can think of probably 1 million times in my life where I wanted something the next day. And thank God that dream didn't come to fruition, because I would not have been ready and I would have fucked it all up.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that.
No,
So I mean, I would rather have 500 views from people that like for our clients. I would rather have them get 500 views on something of 500 people that could be potential business
well, and
partners
that's
than
the
1
other
million
side of
views of people that are just going to watch it.
That's the other side of it too, and it's also why I sometimes even hesitate to brag about when we have big numbers,
Right.
Because the reality is exactly like what you just said. It's not necessarily the point. The point is not, we provide a service primarily here in upstate New York. So when 5 million people see our shit in California, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about growing our business, does that really have that value? And the answer is not necessarily, no. But when you're, maybe there's, like you said, 500 potential clients in this area.
Yeah, in the region.
Those folks seeing it, and that's what you see more and more. And that's what, unfortunately, some of the numbers don't lend themselves to, because some of the stuff that I feel like nobody watched is the stuff that people come and comment on.
I know.
more-
It's
the
weird.
most, and those are the things that don't have the record-breaking numbers.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong, we're not sitting here like curmudgeons like, yeah, that's why we don't want 1 million views. Of course, 1 million views would be great. We're not saying we don't want our clients or ourselves to go viral. It's just it's more about quality than quantity. And
It's the whole thing. This organic thing, podcasting in general is about getting to know a person.
yeah,
It's not about selling the product.
we sell you.
It's not about doing anything else. Exactly. It's and not even selling you, I wouldn't say. I don't even know if that's accurate, because
You're introducing yourself.
it's letting people get that real view, that real perspective that you have, that you can normally only get when you're around another human, right?
Right.
Whether they're your coworker, whether there's somebody you interact with, you see politicians, you see the president on TV, you get clips, right?
Yep.
And you sort of get an idea, but until you work with somebody, until you can spend hours with them, which is what sort of
And-
this medium allows you to do.
And that's what's great about this medium too is, and again, we totally are pro radio, TV, billboard advertising. All of that stuff works. But what's great about podcasting is you can introduce yourself and show who you are to people and not have to cram it in a 30 or 60-second spot. And it's just much easier to convey that. And, talking about views, I think I've said this before. the reason why less quantity over quality with views and likes is because imagine opening a restaurant and then you decide to pay for advertising over in California, but your restaurant's right here in Syracuse, New York. Well, that's great that you have 1 million views on that commercial in but nobody's gonna be able to come. So, again, millions of views are great, but it's more about the quality of the views and likes that you're getting.
And as much as we're downplaying that, I'm pretty fucking happy, dude.
I could not agree more.
I'm glad the hard work is paying off. You gentlemen are kicking ass. Our editors behind the scenes are kicking ass.
We got a great team.
And the guests, that's the other thing is people enjoy our banter a little bit.
Yeah.
But they tune in to hear the guests. They tune in to learn about these things that they don't know anything about. And so we can't thank them enough. And we got an incredible roster of more, and we will continue.
Well, listen, man, you're the GM, you're the coach,
and
we're just the players.
Yeah, but you're the master
trying to deliver,
man, and all that booking is really completely something that you've done. And just as a quick side note, if you want to join us on the show,
yes,
if we haven't reached out, please don't be offended. It's not personal. We don't have like a priority list. We just literally haven't gotten to you. So if you have something happening, or you just have a business that you think people in New York State might want to hear about,
anything.
Reach out.
And if you want to comment about anything we're talking about,
this isn't the editorial page, but anything outside of that,
I'm glad
that has some positive energy to it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I've been thinking that we should mention, if you do want to write into the show, even regarding like what we're talking about, and you want to just write the show, producer@growthmodetech.com is the email. Anything. If you want to suggest someone to come on the show, if you want to be on the show, or again, if you want to comment about something we're talking about, a news tip,
positive story we should cover,
right? Or if you want to send us food, we have an address.
And speaking of that, don't get that. I used to do that, dude.
What?
Back in the day, we used to have a podcast, and it was midday, so it was around lunchtime, and some of our listeners would send us food, and I got
you had a heart attack.
Fucking fat, dude. It was literally a problem because I would do nothing. We do that podcast every day, and I would just do nothing but eat, and of course, eat the worst shit ever, and stop at McDonald's on the way there, and it was.
But look at you now; you're getting svelte. I don't
know about all that, but I'm kidding. If folks want to send some free food, that's cool. But
I got you.
Not massive pizzas. We used to have a listener back in the day, and I'll let us get to what we actually planned. We used to have a listener back in the day who. Everybody who was on our regular show, they would send him a birthday cake.
Jesus.
And they were from, I think this gentleman was in Georgia.
Really?
So he found a bakery in Syracuse that worked well for him.
Dude.
And he would call up and order a legit locally made
for every
cake
birthday?
For every one of our kind of show cast members' birthday.
What a nice dude. That's like the complete opposite of a troll.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome. I don't know what the opposite of a troll is.
We had some great listeners, and we still do. We got some great fans. Joining on this show. We also got some news.
Yeah.
Stuff happening.
So bear with us again because we've had so many. Again, this is Good News York brought to you by Ads on the Go. It's not Tuesday News Day. We had to slide it to Wednesday News Day.
We are going to zip through these relatively.
We are going to zip through these, yes. But I know some of you are going to think this first thing is a little bit of old news, but it'd be ridiculous if we didn't mention it, especially because we are Good News York. We got some championships going on, buddy. Cornell Lacrosse in my digs of Ithaca, New York, just won their first national title since 1977. And that was led by their absolute star, Mr. CJ Kirst, who is just tied the NCAA record for most goals in a season, which is 85. Now, I will admit, I love sports. I'm a sports guy. But I lacrosse is not my strong suit. But
why isn't
that is a lot of fucking
bigger?
goals? I don't know. I mean, lacrosse is bigger than you think. That's
the thing is, like, you hear about this, and obviously you talk about national champions. This is a major school, and this is a major win for them, and congratulations. Yeah. I just wonder why, there's not like a pro lacrosse league.
There is. Oh, and that's my second story.
Oh.
See, that's a good point, though, because
I mean, the fact that I don't know that.
The fact that you didn't even know that. The Buffalo Bandits are celebrating their 7th national lacrosse, their NLL championship. They did it at Alumni Plaza. That's their 7th title and their 3rd title in a row, three-peat, which as a Bills fan, I mean, I don't follow lacrosse, but...
I I don't
That
mean to
area
be
deserves
obnoxious or to shit on lacrosse, but like,
Keep going.
is that because their league is only 3 teams?
Okay. Well, I don't know how many are in the league, but I mean, you really did shit
It's
on
a fun sport. It's fun to watch.
Listen,
it's action packed.
It's
They sort of have a weapon, you know.
the indigenous people are the ones that started lacrosse, and somewhere along the way, of course, we stole that idea and we've made it into a professional league, and it's in college. But I do think it is more of a regional thing, and we live in an area that is huge indigenous descent.
They talk about the National League, but I really wonder, you know, are there lacrosse teams in all 50 states?
I don't know. Some other news, going to go a little bit local here. Do you remember... you know the show Diners, what is it? Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives? Guy Fieri.
That's the guy whose blonde hair is slightly more spiky than yours.
Oh God, you comparing me to fucking Guy Fieri? No offense to Guy.
He's got the blonde goatee.
He's very it's very sharp. It's very spiky here, very spiky there.
It's very like 90s metal dude.
Yeah. He's very like
got the memo that trend ended.
Like if Smash Mouth and Limp Bizkit had a baby.
Exactly.
Did I nail it?
You did.
I did. Well, anyway, Smash Mouth and
doesn't he have a stylist? Like, isn't there somebody at the Food Network who's like,
sure, you can't get tips
listen,
like that.
Guy, you're getting a little old to rock the fucking Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I haven't, but to be fair, I haven't really seen
he wear
him.
One of those ball chain necklaces.
Oh my God, you're talking about the choker with the silver balls?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't tell me that Guy Fieri doesn't rock around in Jenkos on the weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's got an Airwalk tattoo on his ass.
Right.
Top of the flavor town to you. Syracuse pub returns to diners, drive-ins, and dives. That's right. Kitty Hoynes Irish Pub in downtown Syracuse.
Everybody knows Kitty Hoynes.
Yeah, it was on the show in 2012. And it said that they wanted to come back. They told them that they wanted to feature a couple of their new dishes. And so they came back. This past Friday, they featured it, but you can check that out on the Food Network. Have you been?
Kitty Hoynes? Of course.
Yeah. See, I don't live in Syracuse, so I'm late to the party.
That's the place you go if you want an Irish adult beverage.
Okay.
It's also the place you want to go if you want some legit Irish food. Like the shepherd's pie, the whole, it's awesome. Right in the heart of downtown. Great family-owned
do you remember off the top of the top of the menu to you? Do you remember off the top of your head? Is there something on the menu that it's like you got to get that?
I mean, honestly, I think people really love the shepherd's pie. It's one of those deals where they got a lot of traditional dishes, and also I don't think there's anything that's bad. It's that sort of place.
Yeah. Well, shout out to I want to say it properly. What's the proper full name? Kitty
Hoynes.
Kitty Hoynes.
Yeah.
Kitty Hoynes. Shout out. We love you. Congratulations. That's amazing. So you can check out that episode, the recap or the reprise of them on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Drive-Thrus or whatever it's called on the Food Network. Our friends from Hidden Level here in Syracuse are growing rapidly.
Yeah.
So much so that they are getting noticed by venture capitalists with a recent infusion of $100 million in new investor funding. So they're on track to grow even more right here in central New York. They were founded in 2018 to develop a system for detecting and tracking hard-to-see drones that pose a danger in midair collisions and things like that. The drone business, man, is a business.
Yeah, this is...
it's a thing.
For those people who don't know, if you're not from the Syracuse area, which you might not know, even just folks that are, there's been a massive investment in drone technology specifically in our area. And the Air Force Base right behind us actually is one of the main... spots for government drone testing and things of that nature. So I think that's part of it. But lots of organizations, public and private investment, specifically in the drone industry, have taken place here. So you're seeing a lot of that rise up. I think Hidden Level's probably the biggest and most successful story of all that deal. But they're doing awesome stuff.
It's just...
And rapidly growing, creating a lot of very high-paying, good jobs. It's cool.
Dude, Good News York, we've said from the beginning, is not just about Central New York. It is about everywhere. Yeah. Long Island, New York City, Adirondacks, Western New York. And we do talk a lot about things going on here, but that's because this place, we all know about Micron, and that is going to be humongous. But there is so much going on otherwise. And like everywhere I go, there's cranes. And that's a sign you're in a good spot. When you see there's constant building going on, micron, hidden level. It almost feels like it's too good to be true. The amount of growth going on.
It's our time,
it's
man.
exciting, dude.
It's we had been on the other end of the cycle for a long time, and now we're now it's our time.
Well, people will still find stuff to bitch about, though. All right, the weather sucks.
Bitching is our number one export.
Yeah.
No one is better at it than we are.
I'm waiting. We're in that window where people bitch about how cold it is. I'm sick of cold. I want the weather. And now we're a few days away where someone's going to bitch about how hot it is. Yeah, yeah.
It is hot today.
I can't deal with this humidity.
What do you got?
Well, this is old news, the beginning, which is, if you remember, one of Syracuse's biggest hotels closed October 2024. That would be the Syracuse, the Plaza, the Crown Plaza Hotel.
Kind of looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa would look like if it wasn't leaning.
See, I always said it looks like the Capitol Records building.
All right.
I'm a music guy.
Okay.
And I was always intrigued, and I told my wife.
Big round tower.
It's a big cylinder tower in downtown Syracuse. It looks like the Capitol Records building. And because I'm a child, just because of that, I've always wanted to stay there. The windows all the way around. And now I'm finding out, first of all, I can't because it's closed. And second of all, turns out the 279-room Crown Plaza has stopped all operations because they're going to be converting it into apartments. And I've been driving by on my way in every day, and they switched from that really crappy hospital mint green on the outside.
I noticed. Looks like they're doing maybe new windows.
Yeah, it's like a sleek black, dude.
Yeah.
It looks real, like as far as just aesthetically for the
window
skyline.
frame and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I attribute like that minty bluish green to like psychiatric
Well,
ward.
here's first of all,
I didn't like it.
I don't think it's supposed to be that color. I think that's sort of the patina of age. So that's one of the challenges with that.
Yeah.
Because I think that was white at one time. What you're talking about, like,
Probably.
Yeah. It's going to look pretty sharp as
It's gonna look great.
an all. I didn't know they're doing anything like that.
Oh, dude, it looks good.
It's going to look.
It
like
looks
a
slick.
brand new place.
So I can't stay there unless I sleep over someone's apartment. So if you're
Yeah.
going to live in the new Crown Plaza building and you want me to sleep over,
There you go.
Producer at growthmodetech.com. I snore, but I have a CPAP. One upstate New York county was in the top 50 nationwide for pay growth. And this is where I want to ask
Pay
you.
growth. This means people in that county are getting bigger paychecks than they were getting last year.
I will tell you this. The U.S. rank by the percentage of change is 6th. They are now 6th. And it is a change of 9.5%. Wait, let me make sure I got this right. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you guess which county in New York has made the top 50 nationwide for pay growth?
I'm going to guess, just because it's where we're at, Onondaga County.
Onondaga is incorrect. However, they are in the top 4%, or the top 4 on the list. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. It is Broome County, dude.
Broome County.
Binghamton area. Which
What is happening down there?
I don't know. But their average weekly pay in New York counties was now it's $1,175. The average weekly pay for Broome County. Suffolk's up there, Dutchess, Onondaga, Westchester, New York, Oneida, Monroe. But yeah. Pretty exciting.
Pay growth is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Ever. And a lot of employers like me, it's not something you'd normally hear them say.
Yeah.
But I'm with it.
Yeah.
Looking at this list right here.
Now on there it looks like Suffolk is the winner, but it was
Suffolk
County. Suffolk. Is that what I said?
Are you Canadian?
I think so, eh?
How long have you lived in
Sorry about it. Suffolk? Suffolk. Listen, I know the thing I've been seeing.
It is spelled
Skinny Atlas. I know it's Taconic Park. I know it's
Taconic.
No. I'm talking about Taconic State Park in Ithaca, and the Taconic is the highway. Yeah,
Parkway.
I know all the proper pronunciations in New York, but I don't know what just happened there. I either had a stroke or maybe I have been saying it wrong.
I think we got to do this bit where we name towns in New York.
Okay.
Not right now, but
Not now.
Suffolk.
Suffolk. Wait, no, you don't put the
feel like
stress on the folk. Suffolk. It's Suffolk. Suffolk.
It's Suffolk.
Suffolk County.
You
Yeah.
said Suffolk.
Did I really? God damn it.
And now I just want to call it that because that's actually way more interesting. That was number one. The average pay there was $1,500 a week. That's up 9.5%.
See, but Suffolk is listed as the number one. But when I read the article, it said that Broome County was the winner. So when I pulled this chart out, it threw me off because Suffolk is above.
Technically, Broome. I mean, if you want to call it upstate counties, then
Okay, maybe
Broome
that's what it is.
Would definitely be Suffolk.
Yeah.
Is downstate.
I just like it because I feel like Broome gets a real bad rap. That county.
No, it's great news for them.
And I'm happy for them. I really am.
It's great news for them.
I've performed a lot down that way in the way of comedy, and I've got friends down that way, and we've been to Binghamton Mets games in the past. And
number 3
I
is
always root for
Dutchess
them.
County.
Dutchess County. That's where my grandparents, I think, were from.
Where is that? Is that
like
downstate?
Peekskill,
Okay.
Westchester,
Yeah,
Peekskill, Fishkill, all
and
that.
then Onondaga. Interestingly enough, Dutchess and Onondaga are sort of tied for the third spot. They grew 5.2%.
Oh,
So both of them, I would say, are sort of tied.
from now on.
No, I just thought this was interesting.
It is interesting.
New York County, which is obviously the city of New York, they grew by 4.8%. So what that is telling me is Upstate is growing, especially by a massive higher number.
We're growers and showers up here.
It is.
See, this is what I'm talking about just a few minutes ago. Look at all the growth going on, man.
Oneida County, right up the road, they're very high up on the list. They grew 4.6%.
Where's Herkimer? Is Herkimer on there?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Jesus.
That's where I grew up.
Where's the opposite list?
I don't know.
Where's the pay
Where's the,
decline?
pay
Sorry.
decline?
I don't mean to shit on
No, we're not.
county.
That's where we grew up.
Yeah, we're from there. We can do that.
Yeah, we're actually allowed. You're not allowed to shit on Herkimer County unless you grew up there like us.
Yeah.
And we're lovingly shitting on them. It's like an easy poo.
This is interesting.
Easy poo.
The really interesting part about this is that
Danny's just
this whole massive list of all these different counties in New York, all of which are showing sizable, measurable pay growth. So
That's huge, man. And it's huge.
people want to knock our state. Here is you can come to almost any part of it
All right.
and make more money.
Now it's time to piss off closed-minded people.
Yeah.
It is Pride Month.
Yes, it is.
And two institutions that we love, the New York State Fair and the Syracuse Mets, are celebrating Pride nights and Pride days. New York State Fair announced their Pride Day lineup. You've got Lily Rose, 1 p.m. at the Chevy Court. This is on August 22nd.
Yeah, technically, that's not for this month, for Pride Month, but that's their actual.
True. It is Pride Month,
They have
but
a
this
Pride
is...
Day during the fair.
Thank you. Yes. The Pride Day is during the fair, August 22nd. Lily Rose at 1 p.m. at the Chevy Court. The Neon Trees, they had a couple hit songs, 6 p.m. at the Chevy Court. Jesse Murph, 8 p.m. at Suburban Park. And I don't know how I feel about this, but there's a Lady Gaga tribute band at 9 p.m. And I just feel like, is that not kind of like playing into the stereotype? Like, they may as well have like a Barbara Streisand, like, tap dancing class. Like,
that's
you know what I
okay.
mean? Is it okay? Okay.
Sure, why not?
All right. And then
Who doesn't love Lady Gaga? Who doesn't love a fake Lady Gaga?
listen, I
Is it
love...
just like Lady Ga?
Listen, I fell in love with Lady Gaga when I heard her on an interview,
Or would it be Lady Gaga Ga?
and she said, Lady Gaga goo goo. She said that her ideal night out is going to a dive bar, shooting whiskey, and playing the jukebox. And I'm like, that's wow. I love my wife, but that's
She's a real one.
She's awesome. But also
I did want to say, just along those lines of the Pride events, if that is something you're into, almost every area here in upstate New York, every local area has some kind of event going. There's some kind of organization that's putting it on. Check that out. There's parades, there's festivals.
it's awesome.
There's cool stuff to celebrate things.
Absolutely.
And, a little note for those that get very upset.
Yep.
Should probably understand that Pride started as a protest.
That's right.
It is not something that is a matter of we
Yeah.
just want everybody to know about our
Yeah.
style. It is literally a remembrance of people fighting and losing their lives for the right to exist.
That is not a joke.
You know, when
That's a
you
fact.
when you knock some of these things, or you think it's just somebody celebrating what they
Well, how
do
come
for fun.
Why don't we get hetero month? It's like, dude, every fucking month is hetero month.
Yeah.
You're missing the point.
It's a whole other story.
But it is a whole other story.
Again, there's some history to it beyond just we want to celebrate.
Absolutely. And our boys at the Syracuse Mets, tomorrow night, Thursday, June 5th, is Syracuse Mets Pride Night. At the stadium, they have a Pride jersey giveaway, deals on dogs and brews, and great music on the deck. So a lot going on in the way of celebrating
The Mets
Pride
are always
Day.
doing
Pride
so
Day.
many
Which
cool events, man.
I wanted to ask you before we go.
Of every style, of every it doesn't matter what you're into. It seems like the Mets will have a night
Dude,
for
they're-
you.
The Syracuse Mets are just. We've had Jason on the show,
Yeah.
the GM, and look, they could fall in line with many other minor league clubs, and have ball games and have food, and every now and then give a giveaway. That place is a party year round. Every game, there's something going on, and it's not the normal stuff. Like coming up. Obviously, Pride Night we just talked about. They have Little League Night where anyone who has a kid who plays T-ball or Little League can come and they get to walk around the field. Jason always says Taco Tuesday. There's always something going on there, and I love them, man.
Was it yesterday or something? The Joey Chestnut
Joey Chestnut, that's right. Thank you.
tonight.
Is that tonight? There you go. Joey Chestnut
At the
sucking
ballpark.
on some glizzies at the ballpark. Is he going to do his thing there? Oh, he's eating wings? Oh. Oh, he can't eat other hot dogs.
He's
That's fucking
there's a
fascinating.
glizzy band. You remember that? Imagine that.
Thin glizzy?
He's so
I just thought of that.
he's so good at that.
Thin
The
glizzy.
industry says you're not allowed to touch anyone's hot dog unless it's our approval.
You know what, though?
The star.
I kind of...
It's almost like NASCAR going. You're not allowed to drive a car
Right.
unless
But
it's on our
if
track.
you think about it, though, from a business standpoint, I think that's very fair.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's 100%
It's
fair.
their brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go be giving that away for nothing.
But boneless wings, huh? I don't know. Is
Do you
that as
think
exciting?
Yeah. Do you think every meal that gentleman eats is a competition for him? Does it work?
Listen, we tried to get him on here. I had millions of questions. How does he train
do
year
you-
round? How is he not fat?
Do you think that he it's just like lunchtime and they put a sandwich in front of him and he just takes it to
You know what would be crazy is watching him just eat one hot dog casually. Like he's at a ball game and he just
or does he
eats one.
only eat at competitions?
And like he just fasts the rest
Yeah.
of the These are all valid questions. Normally I would laugh at that. But
when you're eating
why is that
40,000 calories in 12 minutes? You're good for the month, right?
They need
Isn't that
to
the way it works?
Yeah, well, they also need to study his body because we need to know the long-term effects of this competitive eating. And what happened to Kobayashi, man? He got dethroned by
Listen, I realize he does speed eating, but I guarantee there's a few of us that have eaten more hot dogs than that fella.
If you did the hot dog eating, would you do the dunk the bun?
No.
Me either.
No,
I
so-
think that makes me sick.
We were talking about this yesterday. That's fucking gross.
It's disgusting.
It's really gross.
But is it necessary though?
Well, I mean, it speeds it up. Yeah, I mean, you know how bread. The biggest part is, you're eating bread and it
You
gets
can't eat dry bread.
in your mouth.
But the way
So if
they
you're trying to jam it down, they wet it so it just slides down your gullet.
That's how I eat on first dates. I just take my food, I dunk it in water because then if they stay with me, I know they really love me for who I am.
Boneless wings, though, man.
Is that as exciting?
Boneless wings.
And imagine if they're spicy. Yikes.
I don't want to say this.
Just say it.
I feel like I could out-eat almost anybody when it comes to boneless wings.
Why did you just say that?
Maybe not speed. Definitely in volume.
Are we going to have to do this?
No, because I'll die.
Oh, I don't want you to die.
I won't die. It's chicken. But
No, you'll just show
And
up.
here's the thing. In reality, I feel like I would be somehow doing a disservice to my fat kinsman if I were to eat the fake,
Fat Kinsman is a great band name.
the fake chunks of chicken known as boneless wings. We all know they aren't fucking wings. They don't have anything to do with a wing. They're just
ruin
a
it.
cheap chunk of chicken that somebody cut up and called wings because wings got expensive. And somehow they still cost as much as wings. I don't understand that part either. But anyway, if you're going to do a real contest, it has to be real wings. You got to navigate the bones.
I could do a pickle eating. I think I could do pickle eating contest.
I don't even want to get into that.
Okay. Before we go though,
If there was a wing eating contest, and this is to let Danny's like, I got game systems to buy,
I know.
motherfucker.
Danny's excited because the Switch is coming out.
Yeah, we shouldn't tell. We're not going to break.
Oh, don't.
We're going to
do
make
it.
his line longer.
I'm sorry. Don't go.
As if nerds don't already know this.
Go eat hot dogs.
What was I talking about before I was making fun of Danny?
I don't fucking know.
don't
Oh,
either.
boneless wings.
Boneless wings, yeah. Wing eating contest.
Yeah.
Would you get the choice?
Oh.
Would it be random, or would they provide an even amount of one bone and two boner wings?
I just love that you said two boner, but I don't know what you're asking. What are you asking?
With different types of wings. You know how they got
Oh, you're talking about like the
flats and drum?
flats. Yeah,
I call them one bone and two bone.
My wife and I we like flats. If we both like flats, so when we get wings, I'm nice. I will for every paddle or flat I take a leg. To be fair,
I feel like that is the more popular wing, but I personally am a one bone guy all day long.
listen, this could spark another oil change debate. Let's throw it out there.
But so hold on. Aside from my personal preference, just to answer me this question, if there was a wing eating contest that you were to set up,
Okay.
would you give people the choice of one or the other? Would you give them a random assortment, or would you make sure it's an equal number of each?
So Mike Brindisi says, who gives a fuck? Just make sure they're all the same flavor and it's the same number.
Just same as you'd get from the pizzeria, random assortment of 20.
My producer mind says you're right. It should be the same, the equal amount. You're right, because the flats are a little bit thinner, easier to pull the meat off. You don't want to give someone too many legs. So I think you do. I think you're right. I think you have to have the exact amount of flats to what is it, legs
to make it fair.
Yeah. Knuckles, legs, whatever. I think you're onto something there.
So I will leave you on this. The one thing that is very interesting to me is, here we get the bone and we get the two boner things, right?
Please
back
stop
in the day,
saying two boner.
When my
10-year-old
back in the day when I lived down south, you'd go to a lot of the restaurants, you'd get wings and the two boner also had that
I love it.
extra wing piece.
Boner.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not a piece you can eat. It's literally just a chunk that we're lucky enough most people just lop it off.
I don't.
But I will tell you that down south when they had those, it was ideal because you could take that and break it off like a key and the meat would slide right off the two bones. You could do it in one bite. I mean, maybe this is just a fat kid tip that I'm handing out. But
there was a viral video going around where this girl in front of this young man who was eyes lit up in the background, where she would eat like that. It was a method of pulling the paddle out.
So that's what it allows you to do with this, is you just break the one end.
And there it is.
Literally just one bite the whole wing.
That's some serious. Your fat kinsmen would be proud of you.
They would, yeah.
Which, by the way, that's a great band name. And we have to go, but I was gonna say, because of the Pride lineup, what are some of the best band names of all time?
Would they have to be like five guys who look like Drew Carey or something? He's not even fat anymore.
Oh, you talk about the Fat Kinsmen?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what they got to look like, the Fat Kinsmen.
I think they look like a bunch of Sam Kinnisons, the Fat Kinnisons. I don't know.
No, I won't do that. No. Blow Danny's ears.
Blow Danny. Oh, we should probably go.
Earphones.
Two boner. Wing eating contest. We might have to.
50th episode tomorrow.
So are you 50th episode tomorrow? Write in producer@growthmodetech.com. Are you a wings or are you a paddle or flat?
One bone or two bone?
One bone or two boner? Let us know. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I bet you people will.
I feel like I'm in the minority on the one bone side, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, because I've talked about this before, and I thought for sure that I was going to win with the flats. That people were going to be like, flats, hands down. There were a lot of the leg, because there's something about holding it. And by the way, people judge wings on the sauce. Obviously, that's the front door, right? You should. But it's more. It's also it's got to have the cook. Is it fluffy and coated, crispy? All that stuff. That's why Ithaca Ale House. Shout out, my favorite wings in the world.
How they pack them?
Oh, how they pack them is a very big deal. It's like people judge burgers. People don't forget the bun is a very big part of the burger. That could make or break it.
Dude, there's
a drummer could make or break a band.
We should actually just do a whole podcast on wings.
Dude, are you kidding me? I'm a Bills fan. I fucking love that.
The Wingcast.
Wingcast?
I don't know.
The Fat Wingsman.
Yeah. Let's go home.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Peace out.